Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What's up, everyone? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to a full day of streams. That is correct. Today is Monday, October 12th, 2020. I'm Darkside Phil, and I'm sitting in the dark. Yes, I am in the dark. Because today we are continuing on with some survival horror fun for the month of October. Which is good. It's always good to be doing a variety of stuff, and because, you know, October's horror month, Halloween, I am doing some horror-themed stuff this month. In fact, this is the first of 3 horror-themed playthroughs this month. I think so. Yes, because I'm trying to count. Yeah, okay. So, good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Whether you hung out on my streams or not, I hope you had a good one, and I welcome you to a new week. It is my last consecutive streaming day of the week for me. Tomorrow is my day off from streaming, okay? So welcome everybody. So, congrats to the LA Lakers who won the NBA championships last night. They did it for Kobe. That was pretty cool to see them win like that. Outside of that, you know, all kinds of chaotic stuff going on right now in our country with voting and confirmation of Supreme Court justices, and I'm not going to talk about any of that shit. I'm not. We're going to hang out, have fun with games today. What we do best, right? Happy Columbus Day. How dare you say that, Sponge Dan? I'm incredibly insulted that you would say Happy Columbus Day to me. Everyone knows that today is Indigenous Peoples Day. All right? Columbus is a sham, a ruse, a very foolish thing for you to say. You're so outdated. All right? How dare you? How could you? Anyway, let's stop it with the hot topics, shall we? So yes, today is the 12th of October, and so far it's been a pretty good month. A good variety of stuff we've been doing here on the streams. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing today and what we'll be doing for the rest of the week. This is going to be a week full of variety. Meaning, every day we're pretty much doing something different. And that's a good thing. So, today, we're continuing on with my Amnesia The Dark Descent playthrough. Now, first of all, yes, I played this 7 years ago, but I only played about 3 to 3.5 hours of it, and then I quit and never played again. Because back then, I didn't give the game a fair shake, and I was being a dick, basically, making fun of it constantly, saying it sucked, complaining, and not immersing myself in the game at all, but instead just kind of ripping it a new asshole, because that's kind of what I did back then. I had an agenda, okay? Not anymore. Now I actually want to play the game and enjoy it for what it is. And it's funny, because when I played this on Friday, right, I actually got exactly up to the point where I quit playing 7 years ago. I don't know how I managed to pull that one off. I wasn't intentional or anything, but I just happened to you know, survive at a rate and then progress at a rate where we're exactly where I let off 7 years ago. Okay, so we're gonna see what happens. All right, we're gonna see what happens today. Today will be another 3 to 3.5 hours of gameplay, and I'm gonna head into all new territory I've never seen before. You know, I won't know the solutions to puzzles. I won't know how to survive enemies. Nothing, okay? It's going to be just me trying to figure stuff out for the first time. Even though most people have either played this game or basically watched someone play this game before, I have not. All right? This is cold turkey for me. No spoilers, nothing. Like, I am, you know, really just trying to do it for a first genuine run. And I know that's crazy because the game's, what, like 8, 9 years old or something like that. Didn't it come out like 2012, I think, or something? So, you know, for me, playing it so late in the game, it's kind of interesting. Okay, so by the way, yes, I will be in the dark again. It was hilarious because you guys said you gotta play horror games in the dark. So I played it in the dark and no one could see me. Absolutely no one could see me when I was playing this on Friday. We'll do that again. Maybe what we could do is we can move the flashlight somewhere where you can see me a little better, but I don't know where because I don't want to put it in a place where basically it's going to, like, make it so that I can't, like, it'll blind me, you know? People are like, oh, put it under your face. Like, you realize then that the fucking flashlight's shining directly into my eyes. How am I going to see the game? Right? I guess we can mess with it a little bit and try to figure it out today, see if it's a little better, because you guys were saying you couldn't see me half the time. It really depends on the lighting outside. If the sun is out, then it kind of goes through my blinds a little bit and you can see me better. But if the sun is behind a cloud, you can't see anything. It's like pitch black. So we'll see. All right, we'll see how it goes today. You guys will work on it together. We'll try to figure this out. But anyway, yeah, this should be fun. Now, from what I'm to understand, the game is around 8 to 9 hours long, depending on how long it takes you to beat certain parts, if you die a ton. So far, that hasn't really happened. The only time I really died was the invisible monster chasing me in the water room, the flooded room. I died a couple times there. And in the prison, I think I died like once in the prison when the mutated freaks were chasing me, whatever the fuck they're called. So really, it wasn't that much of a holdup. But again, today I'm doing stuff totally new, stuff I've never done in the game before. So I have no clue what I'm going up against today. All right, we'll see. Now, the cool thing about all this is that this is preparing me for the new Amnesia game coming out this month in just over a week. Yeah, just over a week. I think it's like 9 days from now. There's a new Amnesia game called Amnesia Rebirth, and apparently this one is a direct sequel to the one I'm playing right now. There is another Amnesia game, A Machine for Pigs, but apparently that one is a completely different plot line made by different people. Much like how there was Bioshock and Bioshock 2, and Bioshock 2 was completely different from the first one. It's kind of the same deal. So I don't have to play A Machine for Pigs to understand this new game coming out. Okay? So that's cool. I'm excited for that. Obviously a new Amnesia game that no one's even played before. Right? So, good stuff. We'll see how I do today. Hopefully good progress. And then more than likely, if the game really is 8 to 9 hours long, I'll probably need one more session later this week to wrap up Amnesia. Okay? So good stuff. Good stuff today. I'm excited for survival horror fun. I hope you are too. Later tonight, we're going to do a session of Fall Guys. Now, I am well aware that Fall Guys is basically falling out of... Fall Guys is falling. Fall Guys is falling out of favor with a lot of streaming audiences. In fact, I was just saying this the other day. I was like, oh, you know, Fall Guys still has a big social media following. It's like every time they tweet, they get like tens of thousands of retweets and everything. And then I was looking, and actually, this week, they had a giant drop-off. Giant. Like, if you watch their social media... And I'll give you an example of why, too. I think, sadly, they're kind of falling out of touch with their audience. So, everyone, for 2 months now, the game's been out, Fall Guys, right? And everyone's been asking, we want branded tie-ins. We want, you know, the mascots of your game to have characters from every other game franchise. And there were actually big game development studios that were like, we would love to have our character in Fall Guys right now because it's popular, all right? Now, they have done some of that, but on a very limited scale. They teamed up with Valve, and so far they had Alex, they had the Scout from Team Fortress 2, and they had Peabody from Portal. But that's about it. Like, there haven't really been many branded things that they've done. Instead, they just keep doing these kind of really generic skins and things. And so, number one, I do feel that that's a huge missed opportunity. If they had day one jumped into these business agreements with these other companies and got a ton of characters in the game from other franchises, I think they would have made big bank. But instead, they basically are dragging their feet for some reason. Okay? Oh, really? Free Manual Chill. Oh, wait. Free Lean In Manual Chill. So they actually announced a Sonic skin a few minutes ago. Oh, yeah? Well, that's good, I think. See, they need to do more of that. Like, no lie, if they want to stay alive, they need to announce, like huge tie-ins within the next week or two. I'm serious, because people are now going to start playing the busy gaming season games. You know, this next month is going to be insane for new releases, and if they don't do something to make themselves pertinent, I get the feeling people are going to completely forget about them, and you're going to see a giant drop-off in people playing the game. But anyway, what I noticed this week, as I said, I follow their social media. You know, I follow trends on Twitter, and one of them is video games. And whenever they tweet, typically, you would see a giant leap in, like, you'd see, like, giant retweets, giant likes. This week, not so much. There's like, they tweeted like 4 or 5 hours ago and only has like 6,000 likes. Now you might say, well, that's huge. It is, but they were getting 20, 30,000 just a few weeks ago. So they're losing their player base in droves. Okay? Now, you might say, well, why is that? Well, I think it's a couple reasons. Number one, because there's already other viral games that have come out that kind of took over from them. The summer's over, right? This was the free-to-play game in August for PlayStation Plus users. So it got a giant boost in August, but after that, it kind of fell off. You had Among Us, which became the next big viral game. And now people are getting excited for all the new fall releases and the new consoles. So I think that the focus is kind of falling out. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that sadly, they're losing any kind of ground that they had. And in addition, okay, Season 2 just released. And I played it last week. What was it? Thursday? And I'm going to be honest, I was not impressed at all. I was actually quite disappointed with what they did with Season 2. Because all they did is they updated the music slightly to have a medieval theme. They changed the colors of a few stages. Oh boy, like that's some big deal. And they added 2 new stages. Someone said they added 3, but I only played 2. And I don't know what the third one is. Now the 2 stages that I played were good. One of them is this medieval gauntlet with swinging guillotines and a giant, you know, spiked rotating platforms and stuff, and it's pretty good. I like that one. And the other one is the one where you have to basically climb the ramparts of a castle. It's multiple walls. You have to use these platforms you push around to climb. So I actually enjoy it, but at the same time, it's only 2 new stages. You see what I'm saying? It was only 2 new stages. And how do you claim Season 2 with only 2 new things? Like, even, I'll be honest here, I'm a huge critic of Fortnite. I don't really think the game's great. I don't understand the viral popularity of it, except for kids playing it because it was free and it had cutesy outfits and shit, right? But even Fortnite, when they do a season update, typically there's a lot of changes. They'll change a lot of stuff on the map to make it different. You know, they'll evolve certain areas, add new areas, right? And Fall Guys only added 2 new games. That's it. How do you say that's a new season? Like, for a new season, you have to update it a ton, like maybe 4, 5, 6 new games, so that way every time you play, you're playing something new. And sadly, you don't get that impression playing Fall Guys right now. You get the impression that it's basically minimum effort, right? I could be wrong. Maybe they worked a ton on this. I don't know. But it actually feels to me like the last update they did a few weeks ago where they reshuffled the stages, they remixed them, was actually more effort and more interesting than the Season 2 update. Because at least when they remixed the stages, now they added a bunch of new elements that made them much harder. And that was my complaint about the game after about a month, was it was too easy because everyone had been playing it for a month and mastered the stages already. So then they remixed them and now it got better, right? But now, Season 2, but what's really new? And I'll be honest, you know, I told you guys, I liked Fall Guys, and I was even considering maybe at some point throwing a few bucks in to buy an outfit or something, since I've been playing it for 2 months, you know, and benefiting from it. But I don't know anymore. Like, seriously, this is not very good. And I'm being quite frank with everybody. Tonight, we're going to play Fall Guys. And if you guys like it, great. But if we're getting tired of it, I might not play it anymore. And this is weird because I just finished Fire Emblem 3 Houses. You know, a playthrough that was 5 months long. And it was taking over, you know, a lot of streams. At least twice a week I was playing it. And now those streams are freed up. And I was very, very strongly considering making Fall Guys a weekly thing, where I was going to play it once a week, at least, if not more, if you guys liked it. And it just so happens now it seems like Fall Guys is falling out of favor now that I have more time to play it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens tonight. Maybe it will be a fun, entertaining stream. We'll have a good time together, and then we'll keep playing it weekly. Or maybe not. I don't know. I guess we're going to see what happens. All right? Let's see what happens tonight with the stream and go from there. Fair enough? All right. Now, I'm off from streaming tomorrow. All right? Tomorrow I have many things to do. I was looking at the schedule. I was like, oh, my God. You know, among my normal stuff, which is like, you know, grocery shopping, I need to get supplies for Jasper. I've got 2 different appointments, including a haircut. I got all this stuff. Like, oh, my God. I'm looking at this. I'm like, holy shit, there's so much going on right now. Oh, my God. Excuse me. So, we'll see. We shall see what happens. But it's going to be a very busy, busy day for me tomorrow. Okay? One of the things I'm going to do tomorrow is look for a Halloween costume. And from what I'm going to understand, you guys have been, voting on the type of costume for my Halloween horror marathon. And right now it's neck and neck. The voting is neck and neck between video game character and pop culture icon. But also, I believe, like horror, classic horror is right behind it. So, good opportunity, guys. Keep voting. Type !! costume into the stream chat. Keep voting on the category of costume you want for Halloween. And tomorrow when I'm out, I'll see what I can find. In fact, we're going to this area where I believe there's a Spirit of Halloween store. We'll be able to go in and take a look and see what they've got. Okay? Anyway, that's tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday. And when I return on Wednesday with streaming, it'll be the continuation of Crash Bandicoot 4. Now, I don't know if I'm going to beat it on Wednesday or not. I've got the boss of World 8, and then there's 2 more worlds, supposedly. World 9 and World 10 after that. Okay? I don't know what's going to happen because people are saying that the final worlds are very difficult. Like, even for people who normally would play this kind of game, people are saying that the end of the game is quite challenging. So I don't know if I'll be able to beat it in this session or not, honestly. Maybe, maybe not. I'm thinking it is going to be the final major session of Crash, no matter what. Like, I don't think there's going to be enough content in the game to do another major stream after this session on Wednesday. So, one more major stream of Crash on Wednesday. We'll see how far we get. Maybe it'll be the conclusion, depending on how I do. Okay? Wednesday night, we're going to do Animal Crossing. Now, originally it was supposed to be last night. But for those who were not around yesterday, some actual good stuff happening. Yesterday I played the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Beta. Alright? And I had a blast. I was not expecting this. Seriously, I was not expecting this. Call of Duty, for me, has been bad. I'd say, like, the last 4 or 5 years, if you think about it. Last year was Modern Warfare. That was terrible. I hated it. The year before was Black Ops 4. I hated the multiplayer of that. I did like Black Ops 4 Blackout, the Battle Royale, but I hated the multiplayer of that. The year before was World War II, and the truth is, I liked World War II, but the connections were bad. Like, the hit detection was bad because the connections were always off. So, it was very stupid trying to play that game and seeing how people were just, like, sometimes insta-killing, and other times you'd shoot a million times and it wouldn't even detect it. It was bad. The connections were very disappointing. So, I liked World War II, but I was disappointed by the online performance. Now, I couldn't even tell you, what was before World War II? Was it Black Ops 3? I don't think so. There was another game, right? What was before? Was it Infinite Warfare? I think it might have been Infinite Warfare. I can't really remember. But all I know is, I have not really liked Call of Duty multiplayer in quite some time. I've felt that it's been incredibly disappointing for quite a long time, okay? Yesterday, I had a major stream of the Black Ops Cold War Beta. And I started playing it, and I realized something. I said, I can't believe it, but they're actually doing what they said they were going to do last year and didn't. They just rewound it. They turned the game back into, like, Black Ops 1 and 2. It really feels like you're playing Black Ops 1 and 2. They basically realized all the stupid shit that they added over the years, the double jumping, the wall running, the stupid specialist classes with magic abilities, like a wall you pull out that microwaves your enemies, and fucking, having the war machine constantly and stupid shit. They got rid of all of it. They made it a purist first-person shooter again. Now, not to say that it's 100%, pure and not silly. Of course, there's silly stuff. They're always going to have some silly things in there because that's how they get certain types of players to play it. But it's actually felt good to me. Like, make no mistake, I'm not great at it. Alright? But I actually had a ton of fun playing it, and I was going on kill streaks, and I was doing pretty well. I unlocked 3 different weapons that I was using. I was using, was it the XM4, the MP5, or is it the M5, and then the M16. And I think the M16 is my favorite because it's a great hybrid. It's good up close, although it's not the best because it's not full auto. It's good up close, but it's very good for mid to long range. And I was having a blast with this game. I was enjoying it so much. I changed the schedule, alright, and I played it again on the late stream because I liked it so much. All right, I was just having a ton of fun, and pretty good, man. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So it was almost 6 hours of gameplay yesterday that I uploaded to DSPGaming. If you didn't check it out, give it a look. It was entertaining. It really was. I was having a blast. I was cracking jokes. I was in a really good mood yesterday because of this. I was so pleasantly surprised. And the thing is, this is a big year for gaming, obviously, with the new consoles about to come out. Call of Duty Cold War is going to be one of the biggest games for next gen. And I'm going to get it on PS5. And this is exciting because if it's actually good, then I'll play it regularly. You know, if you remember, years ago, I used to play Call of Duty regularly when I liked it. I would play it like once a week or twice a week. I would do multiplayer sessions because you guys wanted to see it. You were like, man, the game's good. When are you going to play it again? That's great. I would love to have a regular multiplayer game outside of Street Fighter in my regular rotation. And if it actually is as good as it seems like it's going to be, I think this is going to be great. So that's a great thing. I'm very happy for that. I'm very excited to actually see if it turns out as good as it's supposed to be. Now, it's apparently the beta has closed for the weekend, but it opens again next weekend. Because this weekend it was only for PlayStation. Next weekend it's for all consoles. Like, you know, it'll have Xbox as well. And I think PC as well. So that should be pretty fun. I'm going to check it out next weekend as well. Alright? So anyway, because I enjoyed Call of Duty so much yesterday, I changed the schedule. Originally, I was going to play Animal Crossing, but I said, I'll bump it. It's fine. You know, right now on the island, Paw Print Island, in Animal Crossing, we got a lot of stuff going on. Pumpkins are currently growing and almost ready to be harvested for the fall. Apparently, like, all the islanders are new now. Like Kat was saying, what she tried to do was totally refresh the island and bring in a bunch of new islanders. So pretty much all the old islanders from the original grouping from, what was it, March when we started playing this game are gone. They've all moved off the island, and we got all new islanders on the island now. So it'll be interesting on Wednesday night when we play this nice chill stream to see what's happened to Paw Print in the last 2 months that I haven't played it. Okay? So that's going to be Wednesday night. Thursday, more Amnesia. Alright? And if, you know, and what everyone says about the length of the game is true, then more than likely on Thursday we're going to complete Amnesia. Which is good. It's perfect timing because within another week, like I said, is the new one. The new one comes out on the 20th, so 9 days from now. So that'll be perfect. We'll have about a week's, you know, time to kind of cool down, and then the next Amnesia will be coming out, and we'll be playing that. Okay? So that's Thursday. Thursday night, I'm going to do more Batman Return to Arkham. You know, the Riddler run for Arkham City, where we're doing all the post-game content, doing all the Riddler riddles. The last time around, we got major progress. We finished the museum. We did all the subway. We did all of Wonder Tower. So now, there's really a lot of overworld stuff left, and that's really about it. I think there's maybe one other area where we got to complete stuff indoors. We're almost completely done with the game, which means we can finally do the final Riddler fight, which I've never seen before, because 9 years ago when the game was new, I never really went back to it long enough to complete the Riddler stuff. Okay? So that's going to be Thursday night. Alright? Then on Friday, we got some new stuff. It's Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm excited to go back to. Such a great playthrough. Is getting a free update. 3 major things added to the game. First of all, New Game Plus, which I'm not so interested in because I already platinumed the game. Then there is going to be a 2-player co-op mode where you team up with someone online against hordes of AI-controlled enemies. Alright? And then the mode that I think most people are going to care about, 4v4 PvP. 4 players versus 4 players online in a really cool setting. And this is the mode where you get to play as basically like mythical monsters or whatever, right? So I'm excited for that and see what the hell it turns out to be, especially because it's Halloween Horror Month and it seems like you're playing as monsters and shit. Could be pretty interesting. So we're going to check that out on Friday. It's going to be the major stream on Friday. Now, will this end up being anything that I want to do again, or will it just be a one-off exploration stream? I have no idea. We're going to find out this coming Friday, okay? Friday night will be my weekly throwback session of Street Fighter, alright, which I'm excited for. Then on Saturday, I'm going to do more of the Black Ops Cold War beta. That'll be the major stream. Now, for the rest of the weekend, we're going to play it by ear. Because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. It really depends on how long does it take to beat Amnesia and how long does it take to beat Crash 4. Maybe there will be more streams of Amnesia and Crash 4 this weekend if needed. Alright, but only if needed. I don't know if they're going to be needed or not. If not, then maybe this weekend, like Sunday and Monday, we'll start something new. There's a few options I could do. I could try. I could start up a playthrough of Hollow Knight, which is a game that I played during the Rageathon last month, and you guys seemed to be pretty gung-ho about me doing a full playthrough of the game. So we could start that up. Or I could check out this free game, Genshin Impact, that everyone's been talking about recently. You know, open world RPG action style combat that has, of course, gacha mechanics, tons of microtransactions, which I will not partake in, but, you know, interested to see what that might be. All right. But anyway, I'm not sure. You know, we'll see what happens this weekend, and then based on time constraints, we'll figure out what I'm going to do. Same thing with the night streams. Like I said, maybe we'll need like one more night stream just to finish Crash 4, and if that's the case, maybe that'll be like Saturday or Sunday night. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear and go from there. But yeah, this weekend should be a good variety. We're going to have Amnesia and Crash 4 concluding. We're going to have this new mode in Ghost of Tsushima. We're going to have some Black Ops Cold War beta gameplay. It's good stuff all around. It's going to be a good variety of content this weekend, leading us into, you know, the new week of stuff. Because next week, lots of new stuff. As I've already said, we've got a new game in Amnesia Rebirth. All right, we've got the final expansion for Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's called the Crown Tundra. Be doing that, of course. And then at the end of the month, we've got Watch Dogs Legion. Definitely excited for that. And then the new horror game from the Dark Pictures anthology called Little Hope. We've been excited for this one for a year. It's finally coming out. And then, of course, my Halloween marathon on Halloween. So the end of the month's going to be pretty exciting. All right? I hope that you guys will join me for all of that. By the way, I've already mentioned you could vote for the costume for the Halloween marathon, but by all means, please continue to nominate games by typing !marathon into the stream chat and nominating games in that thread that pops up. All right? Now, please understand, the games that you're nominating are going to be in a marathon format, meaning played for about an hour to an hour and a half during that day. I strongly recommend, if you're going to nominate a game, that it's something that makes sense for that kind of a format. Don't nominate a game that's a giant RPG or a narrative-based text game. You know what I mean? Like, Danganronpa V3 is the worst possible game for you to nominate. See what I'm saying? So, so please nominate stuff, and as we get closer to the event, another week or two, I'll probably sit down and look and get those games together. The games that I will pick from the ones you've nominated for the event. Okay? Pretty good. Excited for that. Alright, so that's that for the schedule. That's that for everything going on. Now, very quickly, and without much hullabaloo, I would like to first of all say thank you to all of you for being understanding this last week. This last week was pretty crazy with this really disgusting person doing a ton of fake tips on the stream and saying some really vile, disgusting stuff. So bad that I don't even want to get into it. It's some of the nastiest things I've ever seen on any of my content ever over the years. So that being said, okay, the good news here is that I think I've gotten it under control. And what I mean by that is, sadly, what we've had to do temporarily is turn off tip messages. You can tip me, and by the way, please do. I need the help right now via tips. We'll talk about this in a moment. But if you tip me, there will not be a pop-up message on the screen. Instead, I'm screening all tips, because this guy has found a way to regularly break the law. Essentially, this guy has found, I guess, a service that provides stolen credit card numbers, and he's buying them and regularly using them to do fake tips, and then they all get charged back, okay? So because of this, you know, he's doing all these fake tips. Of course, the tip messages are going to pop up. So we had to turn them off. There was really no way I could avoid it. I tried a million different things to stop this. The guy basically is such a no-life loser. Seriously, he's a complete no-life loser that, you know, there was no way I was going to be able to stop him via that. So I said, you know what? How do you stop it? You don't acknowledge it. How do you not acknowledge it? You turn the messages off. So if he does happen to do a fake tip, no one can see it but me. I won't mention it on the stream, and the guy gets zero attention. Because let's face it, the guy's doing it for attention. That's all it is. Oh my God, look at this. I can fucking derail a stream. Oh wow, I'm Mr. Important, you know. A streamer who's not even huge, because I'm not even a big streamer. You know, I'd say, bro, what am I, mid to small scale streamer, I would say. to come harass me is like, you might as, what's the point? You know, it's not like you're going to get any notoriety doing it or whatever. You're just a fucking loser. All right? So, not getting any more attention is the way to do it. But that's why, sadly, guys, I had to turn off the tips notification. So, by all means, I need the support. Please tip me if you can. I appreciate all contributions, and the tips help me tremendously right now. But understand there will not be a pop-up. However, I will review all tips as they come in, and I will give a shout-out for all the tips that are legit as they come in. So rest assured, you will get credit for your contribution. I will talk to you and say thanks. If you do contribute via tipping, it's just that the pop-ups are going to be, you know, the pop-ups are going to be limited for now. There will still be pop-ups on screen as thank yous for cheering and subbing. Cheering and subbing are 100% safe procedures. If you cheer or sub, guess what? I get credit for it no matter what. It's not like you can charge back a cheer. See what I'm saying? But these tips are ridiculous. Giant fake tips that the person's going to charge back later. You know, they shouldn't be able to say really vile, disgusting thing on my stream. All right? So anyway, that's the deal. Now, people have already said, well, when will they come back? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Well, the best way to go about it is to basically leave them off for a while. You know, leave them off for a while. Have everyone be conditioned that there's not going to be pop-up messages for tips. All right? And just so you know, there's nothing I can do about it. But give you shout-outs. Hopefully I'll keep getting support via tips because I really need it. And then one day just turn them back on. You know? And hopefully by then this loser will have moved on. Right? And it won't be some fucking no-life piece of shit trying to derail my streams. But for now, it is what it is. I got to do what's best for the streams and protects us all from this abuse. Right? So there you go. And I'm sorry again, I'm sorry about it. I don't like that, man. I really think it's stupid. But it is what it is. Nothing I could do about it, right? Okay. So that being said, today, if you cheer, sub, or tip, I will give you a shout out on the stream. Okay? All contributions are appreciated. None are mandatory. All right? I don't demand anything from my audience. I'm here to play games and have fun with you. That's the whole point of my streams. But obviously, this is my job. So I need to make a living, so I need to make some money doing it. So if you like what I do, you support the streams, you want to see this continue, and you want to help me out, especially with the cost of all the games coming out shortly. Just think about this. In the next month, here's what I have to pay for. Just think about this. The new Amnesia game, the expansion for... Well, actually, did I buy the expansion? I think I already bought the season expansion pass for Pokemon, so I don't think I have to buy that one separate. Watch Dogs Legion, Dark Pictures Anthology, The New Hope, or Little Hope. Okay, all the games for the Halloween Marathon, whatever they may be. Then coming up in November, we've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We've got Yakuza 7, the release of the PlayStation 5, and along with that, all the games including Sackboy, Godfall, Demon's Souls, Bug Snacks, okay, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Cyberpunk 2077, and that's just in the next like 2 to 3 weeks. Well, actually, I take that back. It's probably about the next month. All right, pretty crazy. That's gonna be. I'm not kidding. It's probably over $1,000 right there, just with the stuff that I mentioned. It's probably over $1,000. So your support is greatly appreciated right now. With all this stuff coming up, that's going to be very, very expensive. I do appreciate any support that you can lend. And, you know, thank you. However you would like to contribute. Cheering, subbing, or tipping, thank you for that. Now, that being said, right now, tipping helps me more than anything. Because I'm waiting to get paid by Twitch for this month. And usually they pay around the 15th. And when that happens, I should be good. The problem is, number one, I got over, at this point, because I got more overnight, at this point it's around $1,850 in chargebacks in the last 10 days or so. That's not an exaggeration. Yes, almost $2,000 in charged back tips over the last week, and it basically slammed my PayPal account. Now, I do have some money. It's the money that you guys have tipped over this weekend. Thank you for that. Anyone who contributed via tipping this weekend, you guys helped a lot. All right? I hope you appreciate. I hope you understand that, and I appreciate that very much. Tomorrow is my day off, and that's when I need to spend money. I have to go grocery shopping. Like I said, haircuts. I have multiple appointments. And so if you tip me today, it'll help me directly with the stuff that I need to afford tomorrow. If you could tip me today, I would very much appreciate it. Please consider it. Type !tip in the stream chat for instructions on how to do that. And thank you very much in advance if you do. All right. Now, we have the typical tips goals in effect. If we reach $50 in tips today, I'll put on the gun and glasses. If we reach $100 in tips, I'll put on the vest. All right. So, good stuff. Hopefully, you know, we'll see how it goes. And thank you in advance, again, for anyone who's considering contributing to today's streams. I very much appreciate it. Okay? Sound good? All right. Ladies and gents, let's go ahead and do shout-outs. Hold on a second while I scroll down. Okay. All right, so a few contributions actually came in overnight. I actually got a tip from Rob that was a very generous one. He said, never surrender. That's right. I will never surrender, Rob. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate that. Also, middle-class liberal softy tipped me $5 and said, I'm appalled to see the abuse that you and your family are getting lately. To answer you from the other day, A Machine for Pigs is actually made by the same makers of the games Dear Esther and Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. So the gameplay is lacking, but the story, in my opinion, is fantastic. Well, there you go. I was actually wondering, I had heard that A Machine for Pigs was not made by the same people who made the original Amnesia. And I guess I was right. I never played, like I said, this Amnesia collection on PS4 has A Machine for Pigs. So if I want to play it in the future, I can. That's cool. That I'll be able to play it if I feel like it at some point. But I'm not going to be playing it now. We're going to just do the original Amnesia and then wait for Rebirth in a week and play that. Okay? So thank you both Rob and Middle Class Liberal Softy for the tips overnight. That's very much appreciated. Thank you guys for the support. One thing I will say, guys, if you're a stream regular, and you try to tip me and it says error or whatever, chances are you were blocked in error from tipping. And here's what happened. The last week, this sociopath who's been doing the fake tips has been impersonating regular stream viewers. And because he's been impersonating you guys and using your names, I was trying to curtail that at one point by blocking these accounts that he was creating. Sadly, what ended up happening is that it actually blocked the legitimate viewers, which I didn't know was going on. And then yesterday, people were coming on stream trying to tip me and were like, it's not working. What happened? And I was like, oh shit, I guess what happens is Streamlabs is pretty dumb in that regard. It's so primitive, it'll just block an entire name. Instead of blocking like the IP address or the PayPal account, it's actually blocking the name entirely. Which is fucking crazy. Alright, so I had to unblock, like yesterday I probably unblocked a dozen people who came on stream and were like, oh, what happened? We're upset, we want to help you out, and it's not working. So I had to on the fly start unbanning people. And in fact, Rob was one of them. One of the people who was blocked yesterday, and I unblocked them now. So thank you, Rob, for the overnight tip. And anyone today, if you have that issue, you're coming in, you're trying to support and you're having errors, be sure to tag me in the stream chat and let me know. And I will do my best to fix that on the fly. It's pretty easy to do, to fix, I believe. But I need to know about it, okay? Okay. Now we get to people who have contributed during today's live stream. And we start off with X Monsoon Moon, who has resubscribed for 4 months in a row. Thank you, X Monsoon Moon, for 4 months of support. Papa Neeks resubscribed for 3 months and says, sub for you on my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Papa Neeks. How you doing? Hopefully you have a good day. If this indeed is your real birthday, I hope that you have a great day today. And that you get everything that you wanted. There you go. Thank you for the support. Jay Hawkwood is the first cheerer of the day. He says, hey, Phil, really excited to see where the story takes us. Me too. And in fact, when I start playing, all right, I'm going to tell you about my theory about the game. That's probably completely wrong, but I was talking with my wife about this the other night, and I actually want to discuss it a little bit during today's stream to let you know I've been thinking about the game over the past couple of days and come up with an interesting theory that's probably completely wrong, but I want to discuss it anyway. Okay? So me too, Jay Hawkwood. I'll be honest, I'm not scared of these games. You guys know that. Is it creepy when a mutated freak is chasing you through a prison and swatting at you? Yes. And the sound effects are pretty creepy. But am I scared? No, I'm not scared. I haven't been scared at all yet. We'll see what happens today when I head into new territory. Maybe there'll be some new jump scares or something that'll make me shit myself, but I don't think so. We'll see. All right, Elon just did a couple cheers. He says, hey there, babe's stepsister is stuck underneath the table. What should you do? You should help her to be unstuck. You fucking asshole. What are you going to do? What are you supposed to do? Leave her there, stuck, suffering? Call the fire department. They'll come with an axe. They'll break up that table. There you go. Elon just cheered again. He says, Infinite Warfare had the highest skill gap in any Call of Duty. Boost jumping separated the scrubs from the good players. I can see why you hated it. I didn't hate it. If you remember, I actually was pretty good at Infinite Warfare. I was good at the boost jumping. I remember playing it and doing the super jumps across the map and trying to get aerial kills and stuff. I remember the game, you know, it was significantly different from other Call of Duties, but the problem was the entire game was boost jumping. That was the problem with that game, and that's the thing. When every time they add a new gimmick, the double jumping, the wall running, the boost jumping, the specialist classes, the entire thing becomes that, and that's not good. You know, that's the problem with Call of Duty. They add more gimmicks, and then the game just becomes gimmicks constantly, and it doesn't feel like a core first-person shooter anymore. That's why I feel Cold War is going to be a better game than recently, because it's gone back to its roots. All right? But anyway, yeah, you know, I remember Infinite Warfare. I was actually pretty decent at it, but I stopped playing because I got tired of just boost jumping constantly. It was boring. All right, so far, the biggest cheer today is from More Toxic, who did a 300-bit cheer and says, the guy charging you back cannot possibly have time to talk to women when he spends all of his nights making accounts to harass you. Him pissing himself with excitement when you notice him is the only way that he can get his dick wet. Well, it's like I said, it's tremendous the amount of time this guy must be wasting. First of all, you realize every time that he uses a fake credit card number, that's something he paid for, right? So every single time he does a fake tip with a new credit card number, that is money he spent to do that, okay? And every time he does it, it's a crime, all right? It's an actual crime, which is shocking that someone would create, you know, who do crimes like that, right? Like, that's just fucking nuts. It's just out of control. And I don't understand why someone would go to that length. How much time and money are you wasting? And then, of course, yeah, every time that I blocked one of those accounts, right? Every single time that I blocked one of those accounts, the same thing happened. Where it's like, you know, this guy's making a whole new account from scratch, from the ground up. And you gotta, like, scratch your head and be like, what kind of a no-life, complete, utter loser would act like this? Right? Like, it just, it's nuts. I don't get it. But anyway, I'm with you, More Toxic. Thank you for the 300-bit cheer. Shadow King 236 has resubscribed to the channel for 33 months. Thank you very much, Shadow King, for the resubscription. Appreciate that ongoing support. Lies of Her Soul tipped me $1, and he says, fuck Morrowind. Play Oblivion. Okay. So, you're not the only person with that sentiment. Okay? A lot of people have been saying that they want to see me play Oblivion instead of Morrowind. They were saying it while I was playing Morrowind. Alright? Which is crazy, because people wanted me to play Morrowind, and then I finally do it, and then they ask for Oblivion. Anyway, I've played Oblivion before, if you guys remember years ago. Of course, back then I wasn't an interactive streamer, and it got boring, and I stopped playing it because people were complaining it was too boring, right? So now, maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe I won't. You know, I don't know if I'm going to play Morrowind again, or maybe eventually I would start up Oblivion. I don't know. We'll see. Okay? But anyway, thank you, Lies of Her Soul, for the $1 tip. First tip of the day. I appreciate that very much. I also received a $1 tip from Westside 33. Oh, excuse me. I almost burped. Oh, the burp stuck in my throat now. Oh, I hate when that happens. Westside 33, thank you for the $1 tip. He says, hi. Hello, Westside 33. How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you for the tip. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for shout-outs so far. Let's give a shout-out to the top cheers of the week. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today is Monday, and the cheers have reset. Actually, what I need to do is refresh my, I need to refresh my stream chat, because it has not refreshed for the week. But yeah, today's Monday, which means everything refreshes. Let's refresh the stream chat. This will give me the new stats so I can do shout-outs. Which, by the way, should not take very long because it's a new week, so everything, like I said, reset to 0. Let's see here. It's taking forever to load. Okay, finally loaded. And by the way, Spartan King cheered. Said, hello, Phil. What's going on, Spartan King? Good to see you today. Well, how you doing? Welcome to a new week. Okay, finally, it reloaded. So thank you to those who cheered so far. As I said, overnight, these leaderboard reset. So we're back to 0. It's a great opportunity today if you cheer or you sub or gift a sub to get noticed. But also, if you gift a sub or you cheer, you're probably going to get up on this leaderboard because they're pretty much reset to 0. All right? So thanks very much, everybody. Top cheers of the week so far. We got Spartan King and Jay Hawkward, who are tied for 3rd place. We got Elon Juskin 2nd, and More Toxic. Top cheer of the week so far, but the week just started. And, of course, no gifted subs yet. The week just started. Not shocking, but I'm sure that will change. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for your support this morning. Let's take a brief break. I got to use the bathroom. Looks like there's a shorter pre-stream today, which is good. I got to use the restroom. When I come back, we're going to start up with Amnesia and go to new stuff I haven't done before. This pipe puzzle that I didn't solve 7 years ago, we're going to solve it. And then we're going to move on to new areas and see what the heck's going on in Amnesia. All right, guys? Thank you. I shall return shortly. See you in a bit.